Summertime sadness. I just wanted you to know that baby, you're the best. La 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 la. Oh, modern preliminary work by canister. That's interesting. Ah, an African refuse got shot and similar. Only I'm on fire. Nothing stirs me anymore. Is that a 3, 4, 6, 8 modern challenge deck? Has to be, but seems like they did not post the challenge yet, which is a little bit not nice. I thought they would be posted. I thought it would be posted already. We can use the XD tricks, but they never seem to work for me, so I don't know how like others actually use it. Located under Perpetua Spike adjacent channel. Anzi DMTG, he and the chat thing Ren and Focal Uranus are too good in modern. I mean, he's playing Legacy, so like, what does he know, right? They're on the Mothership page, alright. mtgo.com. MTGO decklist, rather. MTGO decklist. Modern Challenge, July 17th. That's from... Wait, that's from yesterday. Wait. What? Oh, is it posted on 17th? You play Legacy, sure, but they solely play Legacy. They don't play other stuff, right? This was Saturday, seems like. Won by Death Shadow, Spicy Lash. Lash is... Wait, is Lash milk in French? The classic list. 20 lands. Milk in Spanish too, okay. Spicy milk, that sounds nice. Hammeroni, that's Crusherbot BG, so free Steel Shaper's Gift, no Springleaf Drum. It's like build his deck one time and is joining the challenge with it every single time, and he doesn't care about the like mana base being a bit bad. Oh, here comes one drum, I guess. But also having lots of success, so you know, respect. Alberto SD. Looking at decklist and complaining on MTG is much better than playing MTG. I will not be streaming for a long time today. Today is gonna be a short stream. I have stuff to do. And I can't tell you what that stuff is, but I have stuff to do. Talk less, play more. Reminiscing about playing is okay too, yeah, or imagining yourself combo out. So much better than fizzling in real life too. Vata with blue-white control. Like, I always look at Shark Typhoon, and I'm honestly not sure, because it does not seem to me like a modern power level card. It seems to me like Fable of the Mirror Breaker power level card. It just seems a bit too bad. But, I mean, Waffle just plays 4 and doesn't care. Only one hero of Dominaria, wow. Odonilakos. Does it need Ledger Shredder to succeed? Thalai with Vivian on the hunt. One weekend Waffle doesn't stream, he top 8 Sarge. Well, the last time I played the challenge and didn't stream, I also top 8'd. I think like not streaming is plus 20% of top 8ing. TBH. So much easier. Control F, song. Oh, Bob the Dog, 31st place, song represented. Need to know if Blue Eyed is good. Blue Eyed is not good. It's a weak and flawed deck. Ooh, nice inverted Cavern of Souls. It crossed to Nassif and Affinity and Ifro on Folklore Giant. Ifro was visibly impatient and looking around and tapping the table as Gab cast Cranial Plating. Then I assumed the round went to time. Did it, Gab? Was it how it went? I mean, I still remember the first time I played against Gabriel Nassif. Pro Tour off of the Gatewatch. Modern. I made nobody back then. I get paired against Gabriel Nassif, who I vaguely recall seeing somewhere. I play Burn. He plays Affinity. It was the Eldrazi PT, by the way, but we played those decks. We played 2 games, like, pretty clearly. If he wins the first one, I win the second one. We go the third one. My hand is kinda trash. I don't have much. Gab's hand is insane. It's like Ravagers into the Edge Champions and Platings. Plays very well around my Searing Blazes. And I mean, I just hopeless. I see that I will lose, and well, what can you do? I just pass the turn. I have 2 mana open, but I have nothing. And even if I had like a trick, it wouldn't do anything, I think. But then Gab spent at least 10 minutes making sure to kill me right, after which he equips his plating, attacks me and wins. That was the battle, I remember. And he was talking to himself too, was like, yeah, you could have deflecting bomb. Okay, what then? If you have deflecting bomb, I do this. Destructive revelry, but then I can do this. Yeah, attack with all after 10 minutes of deliberation. Can't remember every detail of the match. Meanwhile, it was just on the Saturday for Gab. Yeah, might have been Friday. I don't know. It was a fun PT experience, though. Also, the first round of that PT, I was playing Burn. Like, first constructed round, I was paired against Matt Sperling. And I went to the table. Back then, I guess, well, back then, like, I went to the table and I laid out my playmat because I hate to play on the tablecloth that they give you. The sleeves often don't come off easily. They kind of stick to the table. Although there is some like small amount of stigma attached to using a playmat, because if you use a playmat, you're a casual. That's kind of mostly like 20 years ago, then 10 years ago, but maybe to an extent still. But I remember that I played against Matt Sperling first round of that PT in Constructed. I just like lay out my playmat, he doesn't. I shuffle my deck kind of clumsily, and I drop a card from my deck, which was a Searing Blaze, so like obvious tell that I'm playing a burn. A Searing Blaze drops on the middle of the table. We both glance at the Searing Blaze. I like kinda silently take it back into my deck and shuffle as if nothing had happened. So he sees that I'm like playmat burn player, and we play 2 somewhat close games, but I top deck and win, and I think he was visibly a little bit upset about that. Although like not verbally, so. But I did feel like I won this match very, very nicely. Like the dropping the Searing Blaze definitely added the insult to the injury in it. It was he was playing John, like he even like I remember, I think last turn of the match he plays a Huntmaster of the Fells, and that means that if he gets to untap, he's gonna gain the extra 2 life, and I will no longer be able to top deck and burn him, but I draw an Atarkas command or something. Because that was back when we played Atarkas command. And while Nakata was also present in my deck.
He's a phenomenal control player.
While Nakata and burn, that was like a debate for ages. And another match from that PT I remember was a burn mirror. Yes, somebody I didn't know, and I don't think I know still. Who we played a burn mirror, and like we ended up in a scenario where I think we both have an Eidolon in play, and so I remember sitting there for a good 5 to 8 minutes thinking about whether to play my burn spell. Because with 2 Eidolons it gets pretty tricky. The amount of spells you're able to cast through till the end of the game is pretty limited. So after 5 to 8 minutes I cast the burn spell, and my opponent drops to not even 0, they drop to like 4 from the Boros Charm, but there's 2 Eidolons in play, they can't play anything for the rest of the game, and like they concede. So that's also pretty funny that it was a very intense, like, you know, massaging your forehead type, thinking of the plays for this long, after which culminates in Boros Charm target you, and then you win. Doesn't Ben get crashed by Eldrazi? Well, probably was a bad matchup as like all the decks had against the Eldrazi deck probably. But I didn't know about the Eldrazi deck. I didn't play against the Eldrazi deck at all either, so my experience is entirely Eldrazi-less, TBH. I did not get paired against any. Yeah, the day of deckless submission, I remember we like traveled in a group of Polish players, and that included Maciej, Grzegorz Kowalski, Bar Lewandowski, a few others, PT players back then, and the day of decklist submission, somebody came to like the other room, to our room I was staying in, and asked, hey, there was like some like leaks of like the Eldrazi deck, which is like allegedly strong, and like, do you want to guys maybe like test it? But like nobody from us had the cards for the Eldrazi deck anyways, so I don't know how we would be supposed to source the entire deck anyways. And I remember saying, no, I mean, who cares? I'm just gonna play Baron. I don't know. Because that was right after they banned Summer Bloom in the format, and I didn't like the idea of thinking. I was just kind of not. I kind of disliked the. I was kind of not disliked. I was kind of emotionally distraught by the ban of the Summer Blooms. I didn't know what to play, so I just like was like, yeah, I'm gonna play Baron, whatever. So I deliberately ignored the Eldrazi deck, but then I'll never play it again against an Eldrazi deck at all during the tournaments. Didn't matter in the end. That was not Ixalan. That was Proto, not Eldritch Moon earlier. Copenhagen. Dragons of Tarkir. After Dragons of Tarkir. Pro Tour off of the Gatewatch. I went 9-7 with Baron. Larsen Christopher. I remember that when I played against Larsen Christopher this tournament, I had a 3/1 creature, Saddleback Lagak, I think, in my deck. And I had a +1/+2 combat trick. And I had an Infest effect. And I had a situation where I cast the +1/+2 trick on the Lagak. And then I played the Infest to sweep his board, but save my Lagak. Infest is like -2/-2 to the board. I don't remember what exactly was the Infest of that set. So I saved my Lagak and then I infested. Yeah, it was Devouring Tendrils. And then I attacked with the Lagak. And I said, take 4 damage. And obviously it was not supposed to be 4 damage because it was supposed to be 2 damage. But I just kind of forgot that it's gonna lose power. And I was really, and like Crystal was like, 4 damage? It should be 2, bro. And I was really afraid that it was an honest mistake on my part, but it looked like angle shooting a lot, and I was like, kind of deeply moved by that, and I didn't want to appear as if I was trying to, angle shoot him, especially since Chris Larsen is a really big man with arms of width of my torso, probably. So he corrected me, took 2 damage, and it was good. Zadkai Mate. Here I got destroyed by a good aggro deck, I think. Les Moins Vincent. This much I don't remember. Sperling Matthew. Here I flipped my... Searing Blaze. Jensen William. This was a level up match kinda for me. He was playing Infect. I was playing really quickly for some reason. I was rushing through my moves and I remember that game one, like I was just playing my cards very quickly and just like pointing the burn spells at him, etc. But William Jensen was sitting there and thinking about his moves carefully and was very, very deliberate in how he played. And like in the end, like he kills me by plumping the Glistener Elf enough to stay at one life and get and kill me, which I could have avoided by in many ways after looking at my hand afterwards. So that was kind of, I don't know, I was thinking about this match a lot afterwards, and it kind of helped me understand that maybe there is some like more place for skill and Magic the Gathering than I thought. Magnus Sean. Bond Michael, that's also a powerful gamer. Murray Stefan, I think I've heard that name. And Dollar Robin. Beldon Omar, that was in a second draft. Then I played against Eduardo, and I remember there was like an awkward situation. Eduardo was like one of the few people I knew and talked to from like a tournament before, so he was in my pod. And I like after the first round I like came to him and asked how is it going, and I misheard him, and like I thought that he said, I don't remember exactly, but I remember that I thought that what he said implied that we cannot be paired in the tournament anymore in the pod, which to which I excitedly started talking to him about my draft deck and like what happened in my draft and like what cards I have, which then we got paired. And he was like, no, bro, if you must have misunderstood me, we can play next round. I was like, oh shit. But like his deck was super good and like he would beat me anyways. My deck was kind of shit. But that was a pretty funny misunderstanding. Maljaton Alex, Limited. Wait, was it limited still? No, this was limited. And yeah, Eduardo on the top, yeah. We lost to Maljaton Alex. Is that how you pronounce his name? I actually don't know. But if it's constructed, which it seems like it was Affinity for sure, because that's all he played. Vidugiris Gaudenis, I don't know. Goto Yusei. Goto Yusei, I remember that was the last round. My opponent just played some mana confluences, took lots of damage from them and died. I think they were playing some combo deck. But I didn't really understood what it was because they just died. So it's a classic bad moment too. Yeah, like what was your opponent playing? Yeah, I don't know. Like the mana confluence took some damage, played some cantrips and died. I don't remember exactly what. Godanis got DQ'd from a PT once for something funny. What was that? What's the number next to the person's name? Is there an unofficial ELO rating? As you see, average opponent and Pro Tour off the Kate Watch 1800, almost 1900. And Grand Prix Prague, average opponent 1583. Also in 2-1. Yeah, Bieshok pairing. I got a draw against Bieshok. He was playing some like Enchantment Prison. It was good at stalling the game. And it did. Disqualification in round 1. During Pro Tour round 1 of Pro Tour Terras, competitor God and his Videogiris was disqualified for unsportsmanlike conduct cheating. He was found to have drawn an opening hand of 8 cards and then not drawn during his first turn. It appears the judge that he was taking actions to cover his mistake of drawing an extra card in his opening hand. This was not believed to be a premeditated action, but is not permissible at this level of play. Well, it's... I mean, you shouldn't do that, but it does not sound like there was much malicious intent here. Yes, he had a good starting hand, so I just drawn 8, like, looks good, so you keep, and then you're like, oh shit, that's 8 cards, I guess I won't draw. Yeah, pretty silly. And at Pro Tour Dragon of Tarkir, I destroyed O'Donnell Devon. Damn. Also known to some as the streamer Doomwake. Sale Denpa will help you decide Muller keep. Yeah, well, you shouldn't do that. If you had said he had drawn 8, was the game lost? I don't know. What I play in GP Milan? Amulet, Amulet Bloom, not Amulet Titan. He lost his semifinals to Lanto Magnus, who won the tournament. Amulet Hive one with Titan as a backup. Well, we do as Titan mostly. Fun stuff. Is there a way to check against which player do you have the worst records? Well, maybe there is, but I'm not sure you can check for like the worst record, but you can check for head to head, I think. So you can go Glogowski Piotr versus Andrea Mengucci Andrea. But I'm not sure we can like go from, trying to find a score. Piotr Glogowski leads the series against Andrea Mengucci 1-0. Oh, the Invitational is not in this. How do you search for Polo Vitor? It's pretty tough. Which is his first name? Oh, okay. Piotr Głogowski is tied in the series against Polo Vitor Damodorosa. 3-3. Also, chat, remember that you can request songs. I guess we're listening to the same things. Pro Tour Ixalan. I won in constructed but lost in limited. But that didn't count, like limited. Epic Championship VI. Round 8, table 3, lost. I don't remember. What was Mythic Championship VI? Here I won against his fires deck with a food deck. Oh, Oko Championship, yeah. I was on stream. That was kind of a weird game. He destroyed me and I had no idea why he destroyed me. Like I felt like I had good hands. I had like all the cards, but then like I just died and I didn't understand why I didn't win the game. Well, my level of preparation for this was pretty low. He played a better version. Oh, he played Simic. I played Simic too. I'm yellow. I started here, he started back then. Oh, he played Simic, I played Simic too. I had like Veil Summoner main, like he had Mass Manipulation. Well, Veil Summoner is pretty good against Mass Manipulation, but it wasn't. He stole my stuff and I died. Yeah, the Inverter match was pretty nice. New Kappa Championship. We played an Esper Mirror, and I also like in the mirrors against Polo, I just play my cards and I die, and I don't understand why. But I also not sure if I play them too well. But I have more elo, so I'm better. Who you can check? Who can put in there? Gabriel Nassif. Oh, 2-1. Of course. Check Sodek. Probably not many matches against Sodek at GPs or PTs. I played Lantern against Blue Eyed Control against Gab in that one draw. And he was going to win. But the like extra times were called and he wasn't able to win in time. But he was obviously going to win the last game. And at the end he asks, "Hey bro, like, you know, I could still top 8 if I win in this tournament. Don't you like want to concede?" And I said, "No, should have played faster." And we drew. But besides that, I got defeated by Gap twice here. Quite a different story than in the modern challenges, right? I see this in the Discord. I did, yeah, funny meme. Remember the head judge accused me of stalling. Oh, you stall yourself. Yeah, there was something like that. Like the head judge came and was like, took the gab, and like then he was still tattoo from like, and the judge was like, "Oh yeah, bro, you're stalling," but like Gab was super ahead and I couldn't win, but he still was taking infinite time during his turns. So I was like, sure. I mean, in my memory, I play quickly even when I was like behind here. But it actually ended up with like one turn of damages, not the. So I was playing slow and I was behind, sped up when I was ahead. Well, I mean, it might have been true. Right? Because like, it's kind of natural to do that. How do you go Luis Scott Vargas? Luis Scott Vargas. I don't know. Scott. I think I never really play against LSV. No, I play against LSV 3 times. Innistrad Championship? What is this? Lost 0-2 to LCV. 2020 Grand Finals. 1-2 versus LCV. Carvalho. Marcio. 0-2. I remember playing him at the GP and I won. Maybe it was a team GP. We for sure played at a GP when I won. Where is that game? Yeah, it might have been a team event. I think I never played against Waffle. Waffle Tapa. Gilliam. I don't know how to spell his name. But I think I also might have. Gilliam. Okay. Gilom. Tied in series against Waffle Tapa 0-0. It's a tough name to spell, just off the top of your head. Guillaume. It's Guillaume, I guess, more so than Guillaume. Guillaume. Yuya Watanabe. Might have not play. Yuya or Yuya Baraki, I guess. Let's go Yuya. 0, yeah. Owen. Turtenwald. 0-0. Reed. Duke. Trials a series against Reed Duke. Assumingly I'm behind everybody of those gamers. New Kappa Championship I lost to Reed Duke. Oh, I remember. I would be 2-1 if he was not the most top decking person on the side of the world. What the hell? The vampire, the like vampire of the top. Bro, that was so rough. It's interesting that some of your maximums are at some people minimums and vice versa. Yeah. That is true, I kinda like mirror. Javier Dominguez. Yeah, if Javier Dominguez is so good, why did they make Javier Dominguez too? Well, they did. 2-2. Pro Tour rivals of Ixalan. I lost to Javier. Round 3, so it was draft. Mythic Championship V. 1 versus Javier. Upper final? No? What's UF? I did not play final against Dominguez. But that was the one I won. Did you ever track how confident you felt at an event and how well you did at that event? No. But it does. I think there might be no correlation. There's gonna be correlation between the mental distress caused after you do poorly, though, if you feel confident before. Caldem Championship. God, like those Pro Tours, they do spark vivid memories. Like, I remember I had a Rekindling Phoenix in my red-green monsters deck, let's say. And I played the Rekindling Phoenix, and like, Javier reacted with, indicating that it's a tough card for him to beat, after which he untapped and played a pacifism on that side. I don't know if it was an act or just just he tough decked that. But that was like those spark memories, and like Caldem Championship, that tells me nothing. I don't remember that. I had like no recollection of this match. But it was online, so like it could be against anyone. Like you don't see what you're playing against anybody. World Championship XXVI, Javier Dominguez, I won. Nice. Round 4. Table 8. Leads the series against João Moreira, also known as John Star. Won an Innistrad Championship and Neon Dynasty Championship. Sean McLaren, I think I never played against Sean McLaren. Yeah. Stable S, yeah. Tied against Joe Larson, lost the final of Pro Tour Brussels, and won a draft match against him. I had a Simic deck. I was pretty medium. I remember at this PT, I think like right before my second draft, I read a tweet online from some black saying, "Oh, Enigmatic Incarnation is a really cool card in this draft format. I see it wheeling a lot, and I don't think it should, because if you build around it, it can be really, really good." And I've seen a pick one, pack one Enigmatic Incarnation, and I picked it, bro. And I was trying to like see something to make it work through the whole draft, and it was impossible to cobble anything together. So like fortunately, like, I just abandoned that idea and constructed a reasonable Simic mid-range deck and went 2-1 in the draft. So was able to salvage that, but was definitely debated by some over here. Should have known better, but I was like, damn, this is Enigmatic Incarnation I was reading about this morning. It might actually be really good. Maybe it's worth it to do this, right? I love trying out build arounds in Pro Tour drafts. Yeah, I would have rather had an Uro than this. That's true. See if I play against some black. I think I maybe hadn't. Black Samuel. I think Samuel. There's also Black Samuel 9274, but I don't think that's the person. Yeah, no, haven't played. This is interesting stuff. But let's look at the deck list because I think we checked most of the desirable opponents to know about. But yeah, definitely the memories like that not as much present in the online era. Very sadly. It's my record versus Yakosei, no? Never played in a competitive setting, so we didn't know. Is that a second Shadow deck? F plays Grease the Hunger Tide. Elias Javier Dominguez, right? You're right, yeah. 9th place. Merfolks. Also, chat, today after I finish the stream, I'll upload the guide to Song of Creation to YouTube. The guide video. It's going to be titled Everything You Need to Know About the Song of Creation Combo and Modern! Exclamation mark. But I have to like do a little bit with it before I upload it, so after the stream. So if you're gonna have any questions about Song of Creation, it should explain them. Did I ever play Hammer much, Kaniki? I played Hammer a little bit, not much. We can play one league today, so it could be Hammer League. Perfect, right after the splendid performance this weekend. Yeah, that's like a bit unfortunate. I hope to have at least like a decent finish in a challenge so that the video would be like more topical, but not too bad. Elo only looks back about 5-6 years. No, I think it does look back harder. Like I just started playing back then. 2014, 12, 13 is like my first result, but that was the first GP I played. Have you played that really good mono red deck? No, but that's... I don't know about it existing. Obnixel is in the 12th place. The hammer decks, they have so much variation. It's kind of wild. One, maybe they never drew it. Yeah, maybe. Sword of War and Peace. Why does the Sword of War and Peace look identical to Sword of Fire and Ice? It's been a difference. How similar are Murktide and Shadow in terms of matchup spread? Shadow is much better against Hammer, but significantly worse against Murktide. And besides that, it's similar. I like Shadow versus 4-color a bit more than blue-red because you actually have cards like Turak that destroy stuff. It is weird that since the Luruspan, there really isn't a super agreed upon hammerless. Well, there's plenty of options, right? Brody Ice Cream, a jakie ekipy? Se opierdolę może. A, po streamie. How is Shadow versus Burn? Yeah, against Burn also, I greatly prefer Murktide because Shadow is just gonna be loose, and like with Murktide, if you have a good matchup, so that's a big difference too. A to bardzo fajnie mi kupiłaś, dzięki. But yeah, it makes it hard to Makes it hard to know what Baron list to what hammer list to play. There's so many of them. 10 Colossus hammer lists in the top 32. Jesus. Maybe I actually want to play 4-color again. Oh no, sorry, it's a Cultivator Colossus. There's 8 hammers, there's 2 Cultivator Colossus. I'm gonna play a league with hammer. Given those results, I probably have too few hammer reps. The thing is, we can't make informed guesses as to how to build a deck because everybody builds it differently and they still succeed. So you're gonna make uninformed guesses, which is gonna be to play Mem Knights. Kind of like Murktide. No, but Murktide is like 2 cards different and Hammer is many more cards different. Yeah, Gingerbrute I don't like much, to be frank, too much. Yeah, Murktide lists have like 2 cards difference. What's the Hashbringer for? To have an extra Lavinia. Actually, it's not have 3 Lavinia, it's have 1 Drannith Magistrate. They also find space for 1 funny big equipment. I like 1 Seal Shaper's Gift. You do, yeah. Do you want Nettle Cyst or Sword of Fire and Ice? Which do you prefer? Type the name of the card in the chat. Sophie Nettle, Sophie Sword. Okay, 3 swords to 1 Nettle. Do you have Mixed Sound Forges? Yeah, we have 1. Sword of War and Peace. It's very nice because the good protection is Murktide deck, right? So. Alright, scat 1 dram. You don't need 4 dram. Well, but it's not a matter of needing, like it's a matter of wanting. I cat 1 to make the space for the sword, but like the best draws are the ones with the Springleaf Drum often. But I don't know, it's like maybe an extra 4, maybe it's like 20 lands for drums is better. It's tricky. War and Peace is kinda nice. Broad protection from like 75% of removal. War and Peace is actually kinda based. Just it is true that there is the white removal and red removal, so let's try it. They do have prismatic ending, yeah, but like there is value in not letting them solitude there. But problem is to attack from Murktide. Protects from Drown the Lock too. So it may be better protections after all, but let's try it. The Folklore matchup is awful anyway. Shouldn't focus on beating ending. No, I mean that's flawed thinking. It is beneficial to improve a bad matchup. Could keep this hand, it's kinda stinky. Probably mulligan this, just like relies on Saga so much on the draw, it's too bad. This looks much better. This is so much better, yeah. Ketria. Let's go with this. Keep the Ornithopter to make a construct next turn for sure. Archon question mark. Very good question, yeah, Archon. Yeah, Archon, Archon. Later on Fire Eyes, so we're able to do that. Did I see that Calibrated Blast won a champ in France? Yeah, I did see that. Cedrinos? No, it's... What? So this is the Archon Cruelty deck, seems like. It doesn't work because of hexproof and because of indestructible, but hexproof is... No, hexproof doesn't work because it gains hexproof, so it's hexproof on the card, so it doesn't block. But it is indestructible, so for each Pokemon destroyed this way, they will not search. Okay, that's pretty funny. This is a Mana League matchup. Well, it's countered, but the hexproof is on their creature, so the creature says... Their dwarf token says it can be target of instant sorceries. It can be the target of effects your opponent's control, so not really. Ironically, Transmogrify was better here. Exile target creature, yeah, that would have worked. Transmogrify would have been better. Spell Pierce seems good as it counters literally everything in their deck. Mana Leak is a little bit costly. Very Ren deck. I mean, I'm not sure if the Ashbringer is that good, but I think the sword looks kinda poor. Can cut 2 Mem Knights against the Ren deck. I think we can skip the Mana Leaks here. The Spell Pierces are good enough. This is a control hand. I'll keep it. It sucks, but I like it. Let's thin the deck. Actually, it's pass even. So kind of shitty thing the deck. Why did I do that sorcerer speed? That's because I thought that I'll play the Springleaf Drum, but actually, given the opportunity, I would Spell Piercer and... Love it when I target too quickly and it just breaks. The only upside of Lavinia is maybe Tron, but Mage can also bring versus Sung as the fringe combo decks. Can also bring Lavinia versus combo decks. But Lavinia is also much better against Cascade, right? You can cast like 0 drop cards, then we can't cast Fury against it. Wait, what? Creates a treasure token? Well, I know you named the Cascade spell, but they can cast the other things. Why don't you deal 2 damage to the Paladin? I mean, you're gonna spell pierce anyways. Seems appropriate. I think we don't swap because the Archon I want to sacrifice a Paladin. Okay, Bolt is like a bit of a punish. Fire, nice. Let's get Kaldra. I possibly could have cut the Shadow Spear, TBH. I don't want to unattach the 2 hammers from my thing, so I guess we'll not. Yeah, if I equip it, the hammers fall off, so I don't want to do that. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't think you're ready for this. No, not about delicious. Sure, if you had access to extra ways to equip hammer, would you play it? Would you want like more 6 pure sea paladin in the deck? Probably you would. Seems kinda good. Sure. My fetch is dead now, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, unfortunately. 6 cigar days, but 5 paladins seems enough. Really, I would think that you would actually want more. More of the things that attach the hammer that's already in play. There is core outfitter, yeah, that's kinda weak though. I guess that's true. You don't play it, and it is kinda that. This is a little bit inconvenient because we could keep the other creature, could equip it. Oh, Well, Piercy Paladin technically still works. But I think we might be almost dead here. Really impressive to win still. I think I want the spell pierces, not the mana leak still. This mana leak seems a bit too much. I'm not convinced by Hashbringer, and it just dies to removal. And also stops my own creatures. Ash, Stoneforge. Shadow Spear is not utterly useless. They have the dwarf tokens though, so we keep that. What if I cut a drum? And the 2 Ashbringers and have the mana leaks. You know, equipping that turn kind of led to that. Yeah, not swapping the equipment to... What if I bring Sanctify since the removal is mostly red? Good, but... What a humongous fan. Very good enough to have 11-11. Especially the Paladin rank, just like what's the downside? When I play a second A, they have discard a card effects in their deck, right? So I could discard it. Saying it seems valuable. What say you? Ay, ay, ay. On Memnite, yeah, that's kind of weird. But I guess playing around second hammer. Okay, we can draw an artifact now. Or not. Am I bluffing a counter? Not really. So I just activate an attack. Let's see the Paladin weaving into this play well. I guess playing the Paladin means I would draw from the Inkmoth, so I guess it weaved in that way. I mean, I have the mana up, so like if I have a counter, they have to respect it. So like, I mean, I'm not really bluffing a counter, but I'm taking the free opportunity to have my mana on top, so that my opponent is afraid. And I understand the trick with the Nexus regaining flying. I didn't have the mana for that though. I always wonder why Mr. Steamer doesn't play more hammer. I don't know, it just doesn't like. I don't vibe with it as much, but it's a fun deck. But it's a matter of vibes. It's medium content. Do you think it's medium content? I mean, I think people like when I play in a challenge and I do well, it's like doesn't matter to people what I play. I'll watch even if it's with. If it was popular and a top 8 people would watch. And ironically, it's similar to it. Yeah, sure, bro. Sure, bro, yeah. Well, ironically, it's actually very similar in Itron. In this video essay, I will explain in full detail why that is. Or we can put back a Paladin. It's kind of tricky here. Not sure. I guess Giganta with Island. First play. I don't know what that is. Mem Knight. Okay, it's Affinity. I don't think I want Caldra now. So against Affinity, don't want Caldra much really. No, 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 no. Guess I do want Caldra. Nice timing. I shouldn't die on an extra knight. It's like 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 6, 7. Seems hard to die. Maybe Galvanic Blast and Plating. Should have fetched a planes turn 1, would have lost less life. Went 2-3 with Blast at the RCQ. I mean, are you surprised? Did you expect anything else? 2 wins is already probably above your expected amount of wins, so should be happy. This probably seems weak. You have Needle. Why did Hammer Time fall off? It did not. It's like most popular deck in the past 4 challenges. Yeah, instead of War and Peace, I guess Needle is gonna be better in this matchup. It fell up, exactly. Yeah, sorry for the colors. And for science. It doesn't stop Fault Monitor, so I don't want Lavinia if it is out the love. Ała! Kurwa kotek. Makadys... Jak się mówi, że gniata. Like... Let me Google the word. Mashes me? Which I read up, they do that when they like you. So at least there is that. With the pause, like... Needing. Yeah, that's probably better word. But he did all my balls, which hurts. It's less cool. Decks with wide interaction can easily interact with the sword itself, so I'm not sold. Well, I'm not sold myself either, I'm just doing science. But it's just that you can equip the sword and you can equip without the risk of Solitude interrupting you, right? So that sounds interesting to me, but might be not so good. Totek. How does stress down work against swords? No, nobody had a good result with it in the challenge. I built it myself. They use the protection but on the triggers. Okay, because they're on the sword. A kotek, ty niszczycielu. Gdzie jesteś, diabeł? Most people play Sword of Fire and Ice. It's probably better, right? But we know that. The white one is great. Tried back when Lurus was banned. Goated. Versus 4 color, of course, yeah. They also have Boseijus for the swords. And Boseiju goes around protection on the creature too. Ooh, where there? Not good. Can I draw a pure seal paladin now? Also, why do I have the Piffy Needle in my deck? Boseiju is 1 to 3 depending on the list. Yeah, exactly. I brought with the intention of naming cranial plating, so I'll do it. Because otherwise you can play plating and attack me. I'm not disagreeing with you, Pegonti, in saying that it seems like a inclusion that should improve your position in the matchup. But it's also not an infallible solution that has like no flaws, right? It's whereas against like Murktide, if you equip, you're mostly good. They're more likely to be on Sis, right? I don't think they're necessarily more likely to be on Sis. It's pretty split up though, like whether I play Sis or plating, so it's pretty unclear. Remember Lurus. Lurus would be pretty goddamn good here. I should have spell piece against them instead of blacksmith scale. It's an early concession, but I don't have all day. They have Werther, this is a good way to counter that. But yeah, blacksmith skill is unbelievably based in this deck. What part of the day do you have? I have 1 hour at most for you, chat. On top of what I already streamed. We classical season because then we get to skip to the good part where cancer loses and complains. I never complain. Hey, Caldra is okay here. TBH. But I think I would prefer Hammer for the Sigardia's aid. Guess aid, Hammer, Shadow Spear will kill. Nice block. They they actually freaking swapped. They actually had the correct block and they swapped. And double jump block, sure, why not? Let's me jump block with Esper Sentinel to save 1 damage at 18 life. Milled over in Nettle Cyst and a cranial plating, so both of those seem to be present. Let's get Caldra now. Yeah, I probably should have just take the hit. The affinity deck functions better when you have affinity creatures that you can play. Also, Chad M. Hayashi has 25 trophies. He's almost a trophy leader. Spawnable tempo the real deal? Yeah, good question. I could do either with Caldra. I can, yeah. Depends how I stack the triggers, I guess. Because I think living weapon is not a May. So you have to like resolve the living weapon first and then you have to resolve the Sigarda's 8 trigger last. What if I play out the Paladin? Keep a nosy guard a hand bad. Well, set indomitable creativity. Set could be indomitable creativity. Not sure if it's worth to play Paladin for like little value. Although we tax the mana of the Sentinel pretty hard. Let's try it. If this is a Fury deck, then it's sad. Yetmir's Garden. So far, all mountains. Is that scape shift? Roots, ruins, and room to fight. All the comforts of home. Scaps Timur Archon, I think. Timur Archon with Jetmir's Garden. Ooh, very good draw. Okay, this is a creativity deck. Good draw. I think Shadowspear here seems the best. The dwarf don't jump block me. Sort of grindy when they have a win con. I just have 6 counter magics. So, you know, I'm actually playing a control deck. Well, they think I'm a hammer deck. I will cigarette cutting drum. I don't know why. Okay. Hashbringer. No, I don't like it. The Titan's triggering on attacks anyways. Just seems kind of shit. I'm not sure if the Hashbringer should even be there. March for tokens, that seems really weak. Can counter N. But yeah, I don't want to board the March for tokens. Let me, I guess, expand on this a little bit. I don't want to do that because will they remand my Ornithopter? Because I already have good ways to interact. Oh wow. I already have good ways to interact with their creativity, the spell pierces and etc. That works great anyways already, right? So I don't need the weak way to interact in March. That is fairly inflexible and it's not gonna do because the spell piece, you know, it just did that, right? Yeah, they don't really play anything else good March. I think we keep it on Ornithopter. They need to kill both Ornithopter and Pure Sea Paladin. And they have Prismatic Ending in their deck, so. Like they will need, if they have a Prismatic Ending right now, it's worse for them, right? And they have Ending plus Bolt, then they can do the same thing anyways. Excel Hammer, fair. Interesting. This is a little bit far away. Sigarda instant equip. Well, thank you for your very insightful comments. So they can't even make it work with this. You have two cards. So they like worst case for me, they're gonna go Titan and get two Valaku triggers. Against Switch, I would play the Saga, I think. I'll just draw Hammer from clearing. I can do that, but not assuredly. Also, if I don't sack clearing, I can just play Kaldra in 2 turns for 7 mana. Storm attacking the Pink Moth here. I think it will not make a difference. So it's probably safe to attack with it, but what if it's not? Can draw Hammer, Stoneforge, or Gift though. Odds aren't that low. Well, I can draw them next turn too, yeah. That still functions. The Saga grabs the Hammer too, right? Eventually. Maybe tapped weirdly. Could have played Clearing into Sentinel. Sure. So what? Can play Titan or a Creativity now. How to delete messages? A good question. Might actually lose. I wish Inkmoth dealt normal damage. I don't even have the Metalcraft. The Mana Leak doesn't do anything anymore. We can try to be able to play the Pierce. They put something on the stack before combat. To clear and draw. Okay, attack first. Replay land, yes. It was called Silent Clearing. It's a matter to have Mana Leak happen in case you have another Titan. I think it's better to have, I mean, it's pretty bad. But I thought it was better to... The Mana Leak is not gonna change anything. I'm gonna die anyways to this Titan, right? So... If... I am able to play the spell piece of the top, then I can draw towards a hammer and win. And that seems like the only like route to win. But maybe I should have played towards having 7 lands for Kaldra. Actually. I probably should have worked towards casting the Kaldra. Interesting game. Ashbenga stops the Titan's ETB effect, but I wish I could delete them and play a 13 card sideboard because then people wouldn't ask. But it does not seem like the way I want to fight. Was better be open of Mana Leak and play land from hand, not top of the library? Exclamation mark. Well, I explained 5 times why I did what I did. And what was my reasoning. And I think it was better to, like, I wanted to be able to clear the top of my library spell pierce, which is kinda relying on my opponents playing poorly, but I didn't see a route to win otherwise. The Mana Leak never did anything. I could keep it up, but it does not do anything. Is Magistrate Lavinia more common? Lavinia, but they play mono white, they play Magistrate. Please ending the aid. Yes. This is always so unfair when like your opponent has to make that decision and they exile the 8 and you have the second one. Yeah, I don't think I've seen Meddling Mage much lately, but... It's mostly that. I think my actual out was to just play lands and be able to hardcast Kaldra. But I didn't realize in time. Unfortunately. I should target this. Not sure. +2/+2 twice and they die. Where else Teferi on the battlefield? No. You read Titan is sent to attack Teneri, Sores open around Teferi, but from happens that's all. No, I needed to kill the Ornithopter. I needed to kill the Teferi to hold up Mana Link, which I didn't have the mana for, I think. Or maybe that was a turn where I could have held up the Mana Leak, but I don't think I would have. I don't think I could have. I only found the Mana Leak too late. Unless maybe I'm misremembering. Let's take a look. Now he's picking at the different turns. Can I pause? Yeah, I overshot it. Stop. Six lands in play, exclamation mark. I'm gonna play Safari. I don't have six lands in play. So I draw Reality Cheap. Okay. So I play Reality Cheap in every Mana League, so I couldn't have killed the Fairy and held up Mana League, so yeah, you're wrong. If I could have, I would have, right? And I would have Mana League the thing, but just didn't have the mana for that. I didn't like your turn 1 past that game, but not super certain. Yeah, I think I liked it. I don't know. That's what I did it because I liked it. But I'm not super certain either. I don't think there's super much value in deploying the Hammerino. The Memnite did not get there, but the Ornithopter with +2/+2 did. Luck finding second white. Literally have 2 second whites in my hand. It's an Urza's Tower, I will play it. Chalice. Sure. Oh shit. They're pretty dead to the Standing Brigade. Name on the World Kogu book. Why would I have a main deck needle? How old is you? 27. How can you beat Ensnaring? As I said, we're probably pretty dead to the Ensnaring Brigade. But we can beat it by attacking my opponent for lethal damage. It does not seem possible anymore. There's no Cardinal, but I don't have anything in my deck to make sense anymore. Skill seems poor, Giver of Runes seems poor. Sword of Work and Peace seems poor. Lavinia doesn't seem to do much. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. I would like to draw lands. Please let me. Thanks. Seek and destroy. Damn, this deck's pretty good at times. Nicer interactive games, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, is a game non-interactive because my opponent doesn't have interaction spells in their deck? I guess it is. No Lavinia in the Tron matchup. Well, does she do anything? She doesn't seem like she does anything. Like, what am I going to do with her? Can cast Karn at 3 lands, but cannot 4. Can cast Brigade. My opponent doesn't have spells that cost a lot. This is Prison Tron and not like Carnal Tron. I guess Carnal Tron, I would bring Lavinia. This deck is pretty good at times. Sounds like what you were saying when playing Yorion. Yorion is pretty good at times, yeah, that's true. Oh, I'm powdering. I'll keep this. Is Prison Tron unironically the best Tron deck? I think so. I think my hand is not actually good. Maybe I shouldn't have kept it. Mm-hmm. Can go complete Tron, play Brigade. That would be tough. Carnold. Oh, they just completed Tron from hand. Sure, wave and map. This seems super hard to beat for Hammer at times. I can't beat Mr. Carnold. You won. It seems like a tough match. You don't need much to. You need like a very fast skill and interaction. Or interaction at a well point, and you don't need too much. What's my modo rating? 1800. Okay, I joked. It's 1785. No, combined rating is 1800. It's actually 1800. Seek and destroy. Lost my sword thing to Blutron too. That was not Blutron that we played against. Yeah, I played against Shark Caster Mage and Fat Caster Mage. Any other mages for the last round of this league? Do I think the list using 4-color Traverse are interesting? Yeah, they are. Snarkcaster. Nice. Seek and destroy. To do. Na 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 na. Now Canister is battling his Brunister. And it says that my opponent's been seen 6 days ago playing Calibrated Blast, which is nice. Concealed Courtyard. What do we fetch? I think it's a hammer. Good grief. Get it? Because they griefed me. Good grief, bros.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Thank you very much. Event win 1300-330. They have an Archon of Cruelty. Or else I'll die. I guess. How do I pronounce 13300 in Polish? 13300. Let's mana leak them. The sword looks kinda poor. Lavinia uses elementals in theory, but not really. Sanctifier seems potent. I think I don't have space for skills. And I want to hold up interaction. We might not need the Shadow Spear. Is Draniv okay? I don't think it does anything. Time for Lion Sash to shine. I'd have Lion Sash. Maybe one more and a leak less. Do I like to mismatch my cards in paper or just digital? In paper, I don't pay extensive attention to mismatching them. But like if I have mismatched ones, I'll just play them. Both might be needed for the 7 mana Angel. Well, but I can also spell piece the 7 mana angel, right? So. I don't think it's needed for that. Like again, you don't need to board in every card that interacts with your opponent's cards, range of cards they could have. You just want to board in the ones that interact well, that work well. Maybe I play Prismatic Ending. Was Mana League based or cringe? It was fine. Not convinced it was worth doing that thing over untapping and playing Prismatic Ending on the Sanctifier right here, but I mean they play tap land right now, so doesn't seem that good, but now they do have a lifelinker, I guess. But was Mana League based or cringe? It's pretty hard to say. Somewhere in between. It was fairly uneventful league for Mana League. How many players should try Nyx? Why? Mana type over league. I mean, you have Spell Pierce, right? Like that sounds many times better than that. Seems like they lost because they pitched the Solitude for no reason on turn 1. Seems like that lost them the game. Maybe one Blacksmith skill, I guess, as they have Solitude indeed. I guess they probably likely board out Grief. Giveaway is pretty fine too, though. Mana League seems kind of bad, though. Maybe Hashbringer against this deck, yeah, because they have like plenty of stuff that actually gets affected. Yeah, that's Solitude turn 1. I think they should have just Prismatic Ending the Sanctifier. Isn't the cheap a bit slow here? Sure, but it's slow bad. You don't need to board in all the cards interact with their deck. Yeah, but it's Hashbringer actually interacts well. I think. Sport are cheap because it's expensive. Hashbringer stops many effects they have, so like stops both Solitude and Archon, so it's kinda okay. Raffine's Tower. Forced to kill the Stoneforge or otherwise Kaldra. Oh shit. That's scary. This guy swears a lot in his song. I don't know, that's a good play, but like the 5 damage up front is probably not as important as to not to keep the spell pierce. What's wrong with swearing? Well, just a lot of it. But that's a very good question. Let's not let them put a big card in the graveyard. Have I changed my mind about the big turtle living in, or I still think it shouldn't be played? The turtle thing is like not that it shouldn't be played, it's just that I personally don't view it as an improvement over the other slot I could use. Land wins. Well, have a land. Sosa doesn't win, but makes my opponent champ block. There are certain spots where a turtle is fine and even relatively powerful, but just very often it interacts not in the like way that excites me. And that's all. Okay, we lost to all the pitchers. Should have the second paladin. I guess would be better in this spot. Paladin, activating Moth, equip with Kaldra and Colossus Hammer. Yeah, would have been better. I get a second Archon anyway, so I would not have the mana. Alright, kind of an impressive comeback from my opponents, and we got a chess after 3-2ing with Hammer, playing the maximum value from getting the maximum value from the league, 15 games. We saved Paladin and top deck, they land in, we get there. Well, I can force a champ block with an Archon, so not really. Wait, no, it's +5, +15, so it's 16. So I force a champ block with 2 Archons, so yeah, then I should have kept the paladin. I didn't think of the solitude pitch. Battle is according to Ace Cube. Sure. Brunister wins the Nister derby, exactly. Thank for the raid, Granham. Granham boys. But I'm about to finish the stream myself. You'll see me back tomorrow. And in the meantime, you're going to be able to watch the Song of Creation video that I will be posting, the guide to the deck, on YouTube, which I'll be posting in like 20 minutes. And stay hydrated, bros. Remember to eat vegetables and watch croquis.